Hello plant lovers and welcome back to another video. I am Johan, the Nordic plant lover, and today I'm gonna show you the progress of my passion fruit plants that I have planted from seed. And if you haven't checked out the first video that I made, please make sure to do that so you can follow along with the series. Today I'm gonna show you the growth that has happened in the last 3.5 months since I posted the last video. I will show you a little series of clips that I collected over this time, and then I will show you how the plants look like now. And also I have 4 plants. I will try a little experiment with the 2 of them to see how they progress. I will do a little experiment with 2 of the plants and I will see how they progress compared to the others. So let's get into it. It's now been 2 months since I put this passion fruit plant in the window here, and this one has been growing pretty tall, I would say. And you can see these little curly things here. This will go out and grab something to try to get a hold of for structure. And I also had to put a flower stick in this one because this plant was kinda, it shoot off in the height pretty quickly. And for now it's stable on its own just with this stick, but I will see what I will do about this later. This one is the one who's been growing tallest, quickest. And here we have the one I put in the plant shelf as a comparison. To my surprise, this is actually the one that has been grown best, I would say. It's really sturdy, it stays upright by itself, no problem. And it's also very thick and has already grown 2 stems here. It's kind of sad because I was gone for a week on a vacation. So these leaves kind of hit the top of my plant shelf and got a little burned by the lamp. So I had to move it to this this portion of the plant shelf where I have this spotlight instead. So it has more space to grow. So yeah, this tells me that the plant light in this part is like 16 hours a day. And that seems to be better than sunlight over here for like half the time. And this is the one I put in the balcony here. It's quite a bit smaller than the other one, which tells me that they also need heat, because at night here the temperature can drop a bit in Sweden. So it looks very good and healthy, but not as big as the other ones. And the last one I put in the other balcony here, kind of the same size as the one on the other balcony. This one though had a little misfortune. I had a spider mite infestation out here, so the plants here are kinda taking a big hit. I think I've got rid of the spider mites now, but this plant I have flushed it with water countless of times just to try to get off the mites, and I had to throw away some other plants I had here. But now I think I finally got rid of the mites, so I hope this one can recover a little bit from all the treatment I had to give him. This one's been growing in this window all the time, and it's getting a little dark outside. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this has been growing very tall, but not so sturdy. So I'm not sure what to do with this one, because it's starting to grab onto my mango here, and it's starting to grab onto this string for the curtains and stuff. So I need to put some structure to this. And this one also needs a repot because it has a really small pot, and it's also hard to keep it water. So let's do that. So this is the one of my passion fruit vines that has been growing the most, and that is the one that's been living in this plant shelf the entire time. But it's time to repot it now, because this pot is really small and it's hard to keeping it watered. It dries out really fast. So it really needs a bigger pot, and this one is really strong growing. It has started making two branches kinda early in the. It really needs something to grab onto now. You can see these little swirly things. This kind of they kind of attach and grab things, so it has some structure to grow on. I'm not sure. I need to move this and put it somewhere that it can grow, and we will see where I put it. I probably have to do some rearranging here in my plant shelf. This one here is one of the ones that I had on my balcony, and as you can see, it's noticeably smaller than the one that's been indoors in the plant shelf. I think the cold nights on the balcony really hindered its growth. It looks healthy, but just grown slower than the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna repot these two guys, and I brought these two pots. Only had one clay pot, of course, as always. I use this plastic pot for the other one. I fill them up with a little bit of soil, and I'm gonna put them in. So I will start with this one. This one is the guy who lived in the window, and it has some real problems standing up by its own. So I will see if I can maybe give this a little swirl so it doesn't have to be like this. Let's get it out of the pot. It has a lot of roots. Not sure if you can see it, but passion fruits, they seem to have a lot of small roots, not really any big chunky ones, but it's clearly filled out this pot, so it's good to give it a new one. And there I will remove this supporting stick. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, this is what it looks like without any support, just drooping down like that. I think I can do a little loop on it and save some space maybe. Something like that maybe. And then I maybe do another one like that. It's like the hair of some nice lady who's going to the ball or something. There you go. Looks a little weird, but something like that. Let's do the other one. This one is much sturdier. This is the one who's been living in the plant shelf and had some good plant lights on it 16 hours a day, and it's much sturdier than the other one. And this one is the same, has a lot of roots. And there we go. This one looks really good, I think. I like this one a lot. So here is the one I have in the window. I call this the tall one because it has climbed a lot. I have put two of these flower sticks in this pot so that it has something to climb onto, and I have also tried to curl this branch like this. It got a little snap there, so it wouldn't take up as much space, but this one has really starting to grow, and that's what's fun about the passion fruit plants. So my passion fruit plants are 5 months old now, and you can see it's all tangled up there. So yeah, this one is a beauty. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, here I have the second one in my plant shelf. I have it on a low shelf down here because it's kind of hard to fit this kind of plant in the shelf, but the idea is that it will get the light from this light here, right in the base of the structure. This is the one that I call the sturdy one, because it's been living in the plant shelf all this time and it's doing really great. And now it's sent up some shoots, some vines here, and I am making them climb this side thing on my shelf so that it can climb all the way up here. And I have this strong grow light here, so it gets the pretty good light from that too. And it kind of shares the space with my mangoes right now. But the plan is that this is a climber, so I will try to build some climbing structure to it, maybe to the wall, or I will make it go to this other side here also. Oops. And that's the problem with the passion fruit vines. They need something to grab, or else they're just gonna hang like this. So yeah. Okay, there you go, buddy. Kind of work in progress there. Higher up in my plant shelf, I have my last two passion fruits. One right here and the other one here. And these are the two that's been sitting outside on my balcony during the summer, but I have brought them in now because it's getting really cold here in Sweden. These two I will do a little experiment with. I do not have space to keep all these four fully grown in the plant shelf or in a window, so I will do an experiment and I will try to trim this pretty low, and I will see how the branching of an early trimmed passion fruit plant will turn out, because I haven't really tried that before. Some other plants usually grows more branches when you prune them, so I will see if I can get a prune pretty low on these two, and I will see how they develop, and that it's an experiment. Okay, so I'll make the cut on this one here. And on this one, I'll make the cut here. Okay, this is what they look like now. Much shorter and easier to handle. I'll give you a little zoom in here. And you can see there are some small nodes, if you will, that are starting to form here, and I think that after the prune now they will maybe activate and sprout out some new branches. So it's a fun little experiment. Thank you guys for watching this part 2 of the passion fruit series here in my channel. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will probably wait until spring before I post an update on this series, because they are getting ready for winter soon, my passion fruits plants, because it's getting really dark here in Sweden. But in the spring we will have a lot of growth coming up. I know this because I had a passion fruit plant before, so I know what it's capable of, so it's gonna be fun to follow. Let me know if you have tried to grow a passion fruit yourself, and if you haven't, I really think that you should, because they are really beautiful with their big green leaves. So until next time, I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.